Hi guys, it's Sharon, and I am just about finished with my project, and my stamp room is cleaned up, and so I thought I would take a video, show you things in my stamp room after having tackled that giant project. So let's start here. I'm going to shut this door, and there are my cubbies. I bought those cubbies at Goodwill, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I think they were like 10 bucks, and I was pretty thrilled. As you can see, they're quite shallow. I think they're only about 6 inches deep, which is why when I was searching for my baskets, I had to find baskets that were 10 inches and less than 11 inches wide and 5 inches deep. So those baskets worked out perfectly. So on top of my cubbies, I have my pictures. There's my best friend Janice and a couple of my girls and things for my daughters. So yeah, so there they are. What I ended up doing is putting my Christmas stamp sets into one bin. And that's just random stuff I have to figure out a place for. And all that huge messy stack of DVD cases that I had that had big ugly labels, I kind of refined those, put them in new cases, kind of organize them a bit more, put new labels on. So here's, I'm not sure how well you can see, but I have my A and B stuff in there, and then some C things. Unfortunately, what I did was I made my dividers before I started this project, and if I were to do it again, I would wait till I had everything organized, then make my dividers, because I ended up having some that I didn't use. But I don't know if you can see way in the back there, I had to make one that says DEF, so that was just kind of fill in for extra random stuff. But anyway, so there they all are in alphabetical order for the most part. And right here is, you know, my little space with all the odds and ends that we use every day. I have envelopes and random papery stuff down there. I have said before that I keep my trash can on a stool with my paper cutter on it, so that when I'm sitting here at my desk, I just have to turn to cut and swipe the bits right into the trash. So that's really handy. So yeah, so embossing powders down there, the main ones I use, empty cases for future use, more wooden sets to remove and unmount, same with that basket, empty sets that will, empty cases that will be getting sold, paper pads, Stampin' Up cases, that's all I have for Stampin' Up, and they will stay in their cases. So I had to do a little rearranging. That little tower of white drawers used to be in the cubbies, but it got moved. Things are kind of squished in there a little bit, but I don't use those the bottom drawers on the red organizer thingy very often, and if I need to, I'll pull them out. I know you guys have seen my stamp room before. You've seen my old cassette holders that hold ink pads, extra stamps up there. My jars of ribbon used to be on top of the cubbies, but I just moved them yesterday. And then of course my W from my wedding is perched on top of that. This case is actually a not a DVD, a video. I mean, I used to hold videos, and that was a Goodwill find. And right there's my little phone holder thingamabob for doing videos when I get around to it. And my marker storage. This little handy case holds that my Versamark, my extra distress inks in the small sizes. Yeah. So there's a stack of cases with unmounted sets from wood that I just did last night, waiting for me to order more envelopes and more baskets and things like that to continue organizing. Under my desk is the bottom bin holds my jelly plate and all the jelly plate stuff. The white metal one holds all my alcohol ink supplies, but not my inks. And then I keep my 2 heat tools there, and that's my air compressor under there for inking. So, and here is my cardstock. When I see some of the cardstock that you ladies have, I am blown away. I don't have a ton of cardstock, but this is how I store it. And then in this bottom drawer, I have, you know, my fun foam stuff, random stuff, stencils. Anyway, this little wire container just holds, like I've put stamped out sentiments into one of these clamshells. These are just, you know, images that have already been stamped and colored, waiting to be made into cards. These are my beer can snowflakes for next year. These are my paper strips, card strips for inside my cards. And then just random stuff I'm working on and all my plastic thingies. On this little rack I have, you know, different embossed backgrounds, watercolor backgrounds, random paper stuff that I use for ongoing card making. That's my old pussycat from many years ago, Sammy. And my beautiful card from Angelica. Anyway, so right here is where I do all my photos for all of my cards. And I use my patterned paper and lay down whichever 12 by 12 patterned paper coordinates with my card. And I have, you know, floral stems and things like that that I lay on there. But I usually have pretty good light right here, and that's where I do my photographs. And then this is it. This is what I have for patterned paper. So I don't have a ton, and that's my 12 by 12 colored cardstock. And then this is some more, you know, pieces. This is Christmas, you know, some more random stuff like that. There's my acrylic paints, bin of random stuff. So here is my Cuttlebug station and also my laminating thingy. And in this top drawer, I recently reorganized these two. So this is all my dies, and I recently you know, made these dividers as well, and I used all those new envelopes for my dies. For these I just use an index card to put behind the dies. When I'm feeling energized and motivated, I might cut my 6x6 white cardstock, laminate it, and put them in these envelopes. But in the meantime, this is it. Shapes, leaves, florals, nature, words, alphabets, creatures. So that's it for dies, and I have a couple of those big jobbies back there. And then my embossing folders are organized in here. So this is kind of handy to have right under my Cuttlebug. And then in this drawer I have my alcohol inks, my Nuvo drops, my Brutus Monroe aqua pigments, and these big die thingies. And in the bottom drawer is just a big old jumble of ribbon, stuff like that. So Under there, assorted frames, my sewing machine, my recycle bin for all my cardstock stuff. Yeah, oh, and there's my scan and cut back there. It's kind of buried in the junk for now, and I don't use it as often as I thought I would. I need to have Lynn Bunn refresh my memory on how to cut my images with it. So anyway, that little bin has, oh, look at the dust. You know, refills, odds and ends, and my computer, and you all have seen my pretty holder thingy, and the printer, my flowers that I use for my card photographing, my beautiful daughter Erin's picture, and the girls and I, and the shoe rack thingy that I painted for craft shows, and my closet. My closet is going to be the big main project. There's just like such random stuff. I mean, that's a lampshade, but I don't have a ceiling light, but I would love to hang that from a ceiling light somewhere. And there's just all kinds of random stuff. I mean, look at this. The bins are filled with craft show stuff. Some of that stuff I'm going to be selling, plastic bags, I don't even know what. And so that closet will be my next cleaning, hoeing out, reorganizing project. But in the meantime, I'll just pull this curtain across and let it be. So that's my husband's filing cabinet, and it supports some of my random, you know, bins and boxes. These were his cool boxes from years ago, and he let me have them, and stuffed under them I have canvases for painting. And then this wooden unit, where did I get this? I can't remember. Somebody gave me this wooden unit. I was like, oh yeah, I can use it in my stamp room as I cram even more stuff in. So I just store, you know, stuff, punches, random stuff. Yeah. And then up on top is my ribbon storage, which I rarely use, and more random stuff. So there you have it. My stamp room. It's not the horrifying, awful mess that it was the last few days. I'm feeling very satisfied with my organizing project, and I will keep unmounting my wooden sets and be prepared to add them to this mix. So thanks for joining me in my stamp room. Talk to you later.